Hey guys, good Saturday morning. Hope you guys enjoyed your week and you're ready for the weekend. I know I am. Today we are looking at the QYLD versus GW paper portfolio. And for those of you that are new to this, what this is a strategy that I'm tracking. It's not a real money portfolio. It's just a strategy I'm tracking to see how long I can maintain pulling income from a $250,000 portfolio. I'd like to pull out $2,500 a month. Okay, that would probably sustain me for a while. So those who don't know, I plan on retiring at age 55, which is in year 2030, and I want this portfolio to last. I don't mind drawing down some of it, but I'd like it to last as long as possible until, me and my wife start collecting Social Security or something of that nature to relieve the pressure off of this portfolio. So I'm just using this exercise to see how the covered call strategy works over a long period of time. And I created two portfolios. One is a hand selected basket of stocks that I picked. I didn't choose it for any other reason. I chose most of the stocks just for reliable dividend income or high yield. And the second was for covered calls. The stocks I picked really are kind of low volatility stocks, and those aren't the best for covered calls, but I wanted the stability in the portfolio, if you will. And the second portfolio that I did was just straight up an income fund that we all know, which is QYLD. If you haven't seen my video on QYLD or the new covered call ETFs from Global X, I'll link that up here and in the description below. So every month I go through and see which stocks got called away from my covered calls. Do I need to replace them with anything? I go in, which was this past Monday, and I figure out how much income I can pull off of that by selling covered calls on the individual stocks. And then every month QYLD declares their dividend, and we see how much that gets. But let's just get into it, and I'll explain a little further as we go. So if you're new here, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Also, down in the comment section below, it's pinned. There's links to my Amazon link. If you use that link, I'll get a small commission off all qualified purchases, and it doesn't cost you a dime to do so. Also down there is my Teespring link. Please use that. Give me some feedback on that if you would, please. Something you'd like to see, I can make it. I can design it myself, so that'd be great. So let's get into it. So what we're looking at here is this past Friday end of day. And what you see in the red here are the stocks that ended up in the money. So when I say in the money, I have let's take Eastman Chemical, and I had sold a covered call for $80, an $80 strike price, and it gave me $18 per contract. So I collected $36. My cost basis was $74.99. So it blew past the $80 strike price, and so I had to sell those 200 shares of Eastman Chemical for $80 a piece. So I collected the $16,000. Same thing with ADM. It didn't blow past the $47 strike price, but I had to sell those shares at $47. And same with Cisco Foods. Had to sell those. It blew past the strike price, so sold those for $63. And Coca-Cola jumped over $50, so I had to sell those. And this is what I collected from selling those shares, so $48,000. So Now, I had to use that $48,000 and buy new stock, or I could have chose to buy these stocks back. I didn't choose to buy any of those back. So here's what I did. I added 200 shares of Kellogg's right there. I added 200 shares of Intel. I added 100 shares of ExxonMobil to bring my cost basis down, and that thing just keeps on dropping. What else did I do? I think I added another 100 shares of Walgreens Boots to bring my cost basis down from that. Also, I added another 200 shares of Cisco Systems and got my cost basis down there. And I added another 100 shares of PPL. So that's the breakdown there. And it left me with a total of $879 in cash that I put to the side. So these are all the new strikes that I sold contracts on these stocks for. And you'll see AT&T at 31. Some of them I sold very close. For instance, Pfizer. I kind of wanted to get out of this. I probably should have just sold it because they're going to merge and they're going to split. You're going to get new shares. I didn't want to deal with that in this tracker, but we'll just have to deal with it. So someone wanted to ask, what is in the money, what is out of the money, or what is at the money? Because if we look at QYLD sells their covered calls at the money. So if I were to sell, take for instance Intel right here. Its current share price is $49.94. If I were to sell at the money, I'd sell a strike price of $50. It would almost guarantee that you'll get your shares called away. Not really, because the stock could go down, but you limit your upside by doing that. So if I sold this for $50, I limit my upside, because if it went above 50, I'd have to sell it at 50. But the difference there is if I sold it at 50, you get the maximum amount of income per contract. So the further out you go, like say $54, this gave me $29 per contract. If I went to $50, it might have given me, $75 per contract. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but it's a huge difference. But my goal here for this portfolio is to sell out of the money, because I'd really rather not have shares called away. So I'm trying to be as conservative as possible with this, because on this side of it, I only invested $200,000 and I kept $50,000 in cash. On the QYLD side of it, I invested the whole $250,000. So this portfolio is already at a disadvantage, because I'm trying to pull $2,500 a month off of a smaller portfolio than the QYLD is. So after all that, what we ended up with for the month of, what are we in? September. Sheesh, this year's gone. We ended up with call income of $1,039 for all those 46 contracts and 4,600 shares. That leaves us a little bit short, because the dividend income average monthly is $921.08, and that gives us a grand total of $1,960.08 pulled from the portfolio, income wise, not selling anything. So what I had to do is withdraw, because again, I have an income need of $2,500 per month. So I had to withdraw from my cash balance $539.92, which is reflected there, and to make my $2,500 for that month. That makes sense? So we'll look over here to the QYLD side, In the QYLD side, like I said, they sell their covered calls at the money. So it gives you the maximum income you can possibly get, but it caps your upside. So here we had some excess money left over from last month, so I added like 8 shares of QYLD, and the dividend was declared at 21.19 cents at 12,259 shares. So we ended up getting $2,597.68 off of QYLD. And that's all we had to do. So it's very easy. We got a little extra money, so we now got $116.58, and we'll probably shove that back into it and reinvest the shares. Now everybody's saying, yeah, QYLD is great. Yes, it's good, but you're also exposing yourself a little bit more than this portfolio, because this portfolio has, $46,500 in cash, whereas this portfolio has none. So if this were to not make $2,500 in a month, it hasn't happened yet, but if it does, what do? Because you have no cash, you have nothing, everything's invested. So I guess we eat beans and rice that month. That's not the worst thing, though. That's not the worst thing. So I wanted to also, because I've been failing to do this, total portfolio value of the covered call GW stock picks with the cash is $260,638.61. We've pulled out $11,746.67 from that portfolio, but we pulled $11,746 off of the 200,000 initial investment is what this was. So we're pulling off money we're pulling off, even though it's less money than QYLD, we're pulling it off on less money invested or less money exposed to the market, because this one has a total portfolio value of $261,484. We've gotten $12,986.37, but this entire thing is exposed to the market. So this is not an apples to apples comparison, but it's just I just thought it was a good exercise to look at possibilities. Now, I think it'd be good to probably take maybe this 46,000, maybe put some of it into QYLD, and it'll boost the income on this side. Who knows? So at the end of the day, QYLD, the final thing for this month, QYLD won, because it actually gave out the $2,500 a month income need that I required of this. So QYLD, I think, has won the past 2 months, because let's see, August I only got 1,700 here, and September got 1,960. So that's all I got for you. Hope that explained the at the money and out of the money predicament that someone had asked me down in the comments. I hope that helped. Give me your thoughts down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Use the Amazon link if you could. Check out that Teespring link as well, and please give me some feedback on it. I'd really appreciate that. You guys have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.